Hey, Helen, I am going to go ahead and start your session, and I'm going to record it so that just in case something came up and you can't make it, you will have this record instead. So I'm going to start with Reiki because you booked two spaces. I'm going to go ahead and do the Reiki first. Use this as a proxy for when people, I'm doing distant Reiki. So it has all of the chakras on it. So what I'm going to do first, and I also use all my stones and stuff, which see right here. These are all my Reiki stones. And once I'm done, whatever stones that I use in your Reiki session, also that energy will transfer. So I have the distant Reiki, which will send, of course, and any balancing of any chakras that need done. But I'm also going to place stones here as well. And the energy of those stones will also transfer with the Reiki and be sent towards you. Um, so I'm going to do that first. So let me just begin. And if you pop in, it's going to be totally fine. Dearest Spirit, remove from this body, heart, mind, and space, and from Helen's body, heart, mind, and space, all negative energies and influences, only that which is for the highest good may be present, and all else must depart. So it is. And I also call in all of my Reiki guides and my spirit guides, ancestors, and support in spirit to be with me to help this work with Helen. And also call in any of Helen's guides and spirits and support to work with her energy as well during this session. And also to surround her during not only this session, but in the coming year, giving her support and love and strength as we move forward into 2025. We thank you for Helen and for her heart and her gifts in this world, and for giving us this time and space to work together and work on her energy and all of her layers of being: body, mind, emotions, energy, bliss body, intellect, intuitive abilities, and her bliss and her just her soul in general. So thank you for that. And I'm going to call in the Reiki, do the symbols. And first, I'm going to send a big ball of Reiki your way. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, this big, huge balloon of Reiki energy is going to surround you. I'm first going to just check the chakras and see how they're functioning right now. Third eye looks really good. Nicely balanced throat chakra. Heart chakra looks good. It just seems like, and this isn't a problem, but feels like you've been kind of protecting your heart energy lately, which is okay. Um, you've been feeling a little bit tender and vulnerable lately. Solar plexus chakra. Definitely compressed energy, sort of feeling depleted in terms of like energy you're sending out to other people and dealing with public. So we'll balance that. Let me check on the sacral chakra. And definitely some compression. Like if you imagine your chakras as a disc or a sphere, typically for whoever you're working with, your circles should be no smaller than kind of this area of your hand and not bigger than the finger span. And your solar plexus chakra is kind of, your heart chakra was about like this. Your solar plexus one was a lot smaller than that. And then your sacral chakra was kind of like if you took a ball and like squished it. So we're going to expand that and balance it. So all three of those we're going to balance out. And then root chakra looks good. All right. So let's see. I'm going to take some rose quartz. And actually, if you're listening to this later, I'm gonna do this myself, and you can do it with me if you want. Wherever you are, whether you're seated or lying down, just imagine roots coming down from the soles of your feet, from the base of your spine, through the chair or the mattress or wherever if you're lying down, through the floor, to the foundation of the building, into the earth. And with every exhalation, just let let your roots get longer and longer and longer, sending them down, down, down into the planet until you reach the molten red core of the earth. And then when you do, as you inhale, pulling up, imagining however you see it, pulling up that energy, feeling the energy move through your roots into your feet, into your ankles and calves, knees and thighs, to your sitting bones and your hips, into your belly, into the sacral space, and pulling it up the spine, and moving through each of the chakra spaces, sacral, solar plexus, heart, pulling it up the spine, filling up all the space in the belly and the back and the torso, moving up to the collarbones and the throat, letting it spread through shoulders and down into the hands, moving up into the face and head, into the third eye space, allowing that stabilizing, grounding, supportive, healing, connecting energy of Mother Earth just to move all through your system, all the way up to the crown of your head, and then sending your awareness out of the crown into the sky, through the clouds, finding a bright white star, and then pulling down that bright white divine light into the crown of your head where it meets with the deep red earth energy and just creates this really beautiful pink sphere of compassion all around you, filling up your auric space. And the color can change if it needs to change, but initially just knowing that it is that combination of the bright white light and the deep red earth energy, creating that beautiful pink light around you that you can just rest inside. I'm going to be using some rose quartz pieces just to symbolize that and to boost the energy. All around, putting rose quartz in each palm as well. and setting the intention for this whole time. No matter what I'm doing with the stones or where I have my hands placed, that Reiki energy will be flowing from the crown of your head all the way through your system to the soles of your feet and back around, just creating this ongoing flow and cycle of Reiki energy moving through your system throughout this session. And I'm placing an apophyllite stone right at the top of your head with the intention of creating that continuous shower of Reiki energy. I can put it here, you can see if you want. Maybe I should send you a quick message. Just letting you know. Started your session and am recording it for you. Feel free to pop in as you like, or simply rest. All right, so putting your rose quartz on here. I'm gonna place this amethyst with the bottom and the top are, well, definitely this bottom piece is clear quartz. Putting that at your third eye. And I'm going to put a black tourmaline right at your root space to protect your energy. Because what I think is going on with your heart and your solar plexus, for sure. Well, I think your heart space, you've just felt very protective of your energy, and some emotional pain has been going on there, and you felt the need to protect, and that's, of course you have. I'm going to put some soothing jade there, and at your throat space, I'm going to put a piece of kyanite. You know, I really feel like we need to put some labradorite just in your field in general, because to help with some psychic protection and just boosting your spiritual energy. I'm going to use tiger's eye at your solar plexus and some carnelian. I'm going to put two small carnelians also, just kind of symbolizing the space at your ovaries and your cervix. And, you know, of course, we store all of our trauma, relationship trauma from childhood on. It gets processed in the sacral chakra area. So you've been dealing with a lot of like issues coming up around trauma and relationships, and it makes sense that this chakra is kind of out of balance. And it's, you know, it's okay for our chakras to be out of balance, period, because just like your physical body, anything that shifts or changes. Your energetic body is trying all the time to maintain homeostasis, and it can't always. So the energetic spaces get out of balance, and that's okay, because that's what we're doing here, is to rebalance. I'm going to put a garnet at your root space, and also I'm going to just put them here at your ankles to continue to give you support and strength at the root. And I'm going to start up here at your heart and just balancing the energy of your heart space and sending soothing, healing, loving, supportive energy toward your heart. Actually, I'm going to switch this out and do the aquamarine instead, just to support your clarity of speech. And also, I'm working on the heart chakra still, but just talking about the throat chakra for a minute. It's also the space in which we process communications from other people, but also from information we receive through our third eye. And you're really good at that already, but I just wanted to switch out the stone and use the aquamarine to just help boost the clarity and the connection between your throat and your third eye chakras. Because you're constantly receiving messages. I mean, most of us are, but not everybody's aware of it or able to interpret or use it as well as you can. So I want to just boost your ability with that. And that also helps you to deal with energy around your heart. Like that information you receive from spirit, from all of your like clair senses, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, it gets translated through the throat chakra. And that also helps you then receive and be able to use wisdom to help you support your own heart space and your other chakras as well. I mean, of course, like the whole system is connected, but I just feel like you really needed some extra support around the heart space for sure. And then your solar plexus area, I'm also going to put some orange selenite in, like at your elbow space, just to help support your solar plexus area. Just, you've been tired just from dealing with all the energies outside of you and just the day-to-day hustle and bustle and issues around you at work and with people, neighbors, just general people in the public, just all that the energy you're constantly sending out has been feeling really depleted, which makes sense, but we're boosting the energy around your solar plexus. And just check on this real quick. Can definitely be cleared now. The heart space is definitely cleared. Much better with the solar plexus. Okay, good. making a definite, like, purposeful effort to take space away from other people and spend alone time will be helpful for you. Just creating even like do it yourself retreat days, mindful eating, like cooking a really good meal for yourself, having space where you just meditate or rest or do a recorded, like guided yoga nidra, just to rest your nervous system because it's been really overtaxed. And then your solar plexus, I mean, your sacral space, we're definitely sending healing energy around that, rebalancing. Feels like you've been having like some low back issues. And energetically, I think that's definitely connected to the imbalance around the solar plexus, but mostly just dealing with the trauma issues that you've been carrying around in the sacral space. So I would say for sure, like find a good yin yoga class. It helps to rest your system, helps you to practice being in the present moment, is a really good way to nurture your nervous system and really all of your layers of being: physical, mental, energetic, emotional, intuitive. But I think even at home, you could do a supported bridge pose where you can take either a yoga block, it has like three heights. So picking whichever one, probably the lowest to the mid height. You don't want to do the highest one, that doesn't make sense. But put it underneath your sacral bone, your sacrum, and like you come into like you're going to do a bridge pose. So lying on your back, bringing your heels close towards your buttocks, bending your knees, and then lifting your hips up and just sliding a yoga block underneath there right at your sacrum. So you want the flat bone, the bony, the sacral bone that's kind of flat, like a triangle, on top of the flat space of the yoga block. And that really helps to reset your nervous system. It's supporting that sacral space. And it feels really nurturing. You can try that at home. And if you don't have a yoga block, you can just take like if you have a yoga blanket, like fold it up, fold it till it makes like a brick sized block, and just put that under there. That'll be helpful too. All right, let me see how it's looking right now. Ooh, already much better. Oh, that's way better. It's not squashed anymore. That's good. Lovely. Okay. So now I'm just going to we're sending Reiki from the roots up each leg into the sacral space, into the solar plexus, into the heart, to the throat and third eye, to the crown. And at your shoulders. And sending Reiki into each of the joint spaces. Shoulders, elbows, wrists and hands. Hips, hips and knees, ankles, ankles and feet. And I'm not going to write a bunch of notes on this paper like I normally would because you have this recording. I'm going to label the stones though, so you know what they are. And I'm going to send you a picture of this. Carnelian. Okay. Photo. All right, and then I'm going to do your tarot cards. It's easier to read, I think. All right, I'm going to send this to you when I send the recording. Sorry, lost my words for a second. Okay. My intention, though, while I'm moving the stones away, is that the Reiki will continue to flow using distant Reiki, Hansha, Zei, Shonin, throughout the tarot reading as well for this entire time that we've scheduled together. And I'm going to send you a picture of the cards as well. Okay. All right. So this spread, I'm doing 3 rows. And the top row is sort of like the year in review. And the middle row is what's happening now. And the bottom row is the projection for the coming year of 2025. So this will be just a general reading. What's been happening too is you can also see themes from previous year into now and moving forward. You can see kind of a continuation of things and also completion of things depending on what shows up. So we'll see. So I'm doing 3 piles. All right. We can. All right. All right. So well, I don't know if you'll be able to see all of them, but I'm going to pick them up and show them to you anyway. So over the last year, and currently and coming up. You got a good amount of major arcana cards happening here. Ooh, nice. Okay. Now, let's see. All right, so at the top, we have over the past year, the Page of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. So it looks like it's been kind of a busy year. A lot of other people's energy you've been dealing with. For you, it seems like over the last year, you've really been kind of planting some seeds around home things, money, learning new ways of dealing with, could be work stuff, finance things, or both of those things because they're connected, obviously. Sorry, you know what? I'm just going to hold the camera for a minute. Because you got the Page of Pentacles, and the page is always about new opportunities, new learning, new understandings. And of course, you know that the Pentacles suit is all about everything earth related. So, and materially related. So your body, your money, your house, your food. And, you know, it's been kind of slow, but you've been really learning because you're just starting out here. And I think we can sort of look at this in terms of the beginning of the year and the progression moving forward, right? And same with all of these. And then, you know, running into some stubborn people around issues of communication, issues of clarity around like not feeling like people are understanding you or hearing, or you're being blocked from information that you feel you should have. And I think there might have been somebody specifically standing in your way about that, creating problems around that. I almost get the sense that this, you know, has been work related things. And then you have the Knight of Wands, which is kind of a really energetic kind of force around spiritual issues. This could be a person. This might be somebody that you have been even, you know, practicing spiritual pursuits with, or thinking about doing that, or there's a connection spiritually with somebody else. Also, all the Knights always indicate action and starting new things. So if you've started new spiritual practices over the last year, including practicing with other people, that's what this would stand for. You've also had a lot of obstacles you've been dealing with over the last year, again, specifically related to swords connected things like communications, information, intellectual activity, and feeling really kind of tied up. And I get the sense like these are really connected, that you have faced some challenges around these things. But also because we have 7 here, you've also learned a lot through that, and in terms of your energy and your spirituality has helped you to deal with these challenges in a lot of ways. And you're kind of on the upswing right now. And the knowledge that you've gained through these issues is really helping you, but you're tired. So this is the present right now, things that are happening now. And it definitely looks like things are shifting from the last year, but you need to take care of yourself. And I don't really exactly remember everything I said in the Reiki part of this, but resting is important. So the Four of Swords, I mean, if you look at the swords suits overall, there's a lot of action happening, except for this card. And all the fours mean either stagnation or stability. And we have a 4 of Pentacles down here, which we'll get to in a minute. But I believe with this card, the 4 of Swords, what it says is if you do not take care of your rest and like refilling your own cup, then you become stagnant. So you need this kind of stability to stay away from stagnation. So you keep your vitality and energy up by consciously resting. So right now, focusing on resting. And the devil card is about, often getting out of your own way, um, being attached to things that are creating problems for you, or having this kind of energy around you. So, I mean, either this is about you being able to let go of something that's been holding you back, whether it's substances or food or whatever it is, or it's about this kind of energy being around you, that other people struggling with this. And that's really kind of dominating your energy right now, and being able to find a way to release that. And it might be directly connected with this need to rest. And then again, you've got like the Nine of Pentacles, which is a very lovely card, but it also means solitude. So it's like withdrawing from everything outside these gates and really focusing on noticing all the things that you have around you that are supporting you. Again, in the Pentacles. So, and then noticing with her, like she has all these beautiful flowers growing around her, tending her garden, taking time away. And she's got the falcon on her arm and he's hooded. So it's like not soaring right now, just taking a break, noticing the beautiful things that are around you that you've created in your own space, in your own home, and seeing that and enjoying that and taking the time for that. And then you got the Hermit card. So, and again, so this is like rest, solitude, more solitude, but in such a way that you're learning how to transmute your own energy to light the way for others, but first needing to take time away for yourself to be able to learn exactly how that you're being called to do that. And then you have the Empress card, which and a lot of times can represent a pregnancy. Don't know. But she also just represents like the perfect hostess, making sure everybody has everything they need, caring for other people, having abundance and generosity and care for others. Like this is like Mother Nature at her best, right? And calling that energy into your life, or if you're experiencing that energy in some kind of way that makes sense to you, like just contemplate that. But the Empress energy is definitely happening in your sphere right now, because this is, as I said, present moment. Like this is what's happening now. And then we have the future, so the upcoming year, starting off with the Four of Pentacles, which is about stagnation. And because it's about Pentacles, a lot of times this card automatically like means like selfishness or miserliness. But I think it could also mean like holding on to something because you feel like you need to do that, like a job or some other kind of income. But notice if that's true, notice how it might be depleting you. If you feel like you have to be holding on to every penny because otherwise things won't work out. I'm not sure what that is, but moving into the first of the year, you might have some money shortage issues, and you may need to kind of watch your pennies a little bit in the beginning. But very shortly after that, we've got that coming to a completion. Like this is the completing card of the Pentacle suit, and it shows this enjoyment of abundance and connecting with the legacy that you have in your life around family, around wealth, particularly generational wealth often, but receiving everything that you need and being able to enjoy that. So it's really interesting to me that these are like right next to each other. And if you kind of think about the progression of the cards as moving through the year, you might start off feeling like things are tight, and then I don't know, break it into fifths by springtime, feeling like this is being resolved. And then an overarching theme, you got three major arcana cards for the rest of the year, which are like these, big theme things. Paying attention to your intuition, moving again into your spirituality, practicing your own personal brand of spirituality, leaning on the goddess, like, returning to your roots, maybe even within that space, but knowing that you have this within you. And so she's got the knowledge of the books, but also this intuitive understanding of the crystal ball. So it's like the mystery and also the learning, and combining those things together in a perfectly balanced way, but relying on that. So big theme for you, and it's right in the middle, relying on your intuition, practicing your spirituality. And whenever the justice card shows up, that's letting you know you're definitely on the right path. And she's all about balance and justice and things turning out the way that they should, with wisdom and with the appropriate actions happening. So that's a very good card moving into the year. And then you're closing it out with the sun. Oh my God, like this is like one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. So you have creativity and nurturing and beautiful, joyful things coming your way moving through the next year. So it could be like towards the end of the year, but this is definitely something to be looking forward to. So that's a good thing. And I like to just draw like one more card to grow on. And so we have the Emperor. Pulled him out again. You got, oh, look, a little companion card to the Empress. The Major Arcana card. And, his big theme is stability, security, discipline, structure. So that may be a useful kind of thing to keep in mind, especially where these two cards are concerned, around money, around what you're building in terms of the earthly plane, keeping that in mind. But definitely he goes along with the Empress here. So the softness that you need now, moving into the structure and the stability and the foundational aspects of the Emperor coming into the new year. So hopefully that's helpful. If you have questions, just message me. I'm going to take a picture of this and I'm going to send it. And I'm also going to send your recording with this whole reading and with the Reiki session. So thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. Let me know. Any feedback is always appreciated. And I'll find your Venmo, I guess, and just Venmo you, or I'll message you and ask you the best way. But just sending love your way. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere know freedom and peace and joy. Om Shanti Shanti. Om peace and wishes for peace and prosperity and abundance for you in the new year. And this is some awesome stuff to look forward to right here. So, all right, sending you love, and please feel free to send me questions or comments in the messages. So love you. Bye.